AITA for telling my single friend to get a boyfriend. I 22 am dating my BF, Jack, 22 That is not a typo, we're gay. I often like to get him flowers. He doesn't particularly like flowers, and it started kind of as a joke/light bullying, because of the common stereotype of gay guys being feminine and flowers being girly. But now it's a pretty nice tradition. Over the weekend, my friends and I went out as a group, and I got Jack flowers. Our friend group is mixed of guys and girls, and one of my mates, Alex, made a joke about me not being a gentleman and getting some for everybody. Jack then gave him one of the flowers and he gave an exaggerated bow. It was very jokey, not serious at all. Here's where things get a little weird. Amy, 21F, did not seem to like this joke at all. Like spent the entire thing kind of vaguely sulking. I thought I was imagining it, but she came to me at the end and told me it was rude of me to get my boyfriend flowers and not the girls at the table. I told her she was being strange, and it's not my job to get anyone who isn't Jack flowers. She said I let Alex have one, and he is not even a girl. I don't know if I came off rude here, but I was just genuinely completely stunned and confused AF, so I told her to get a boyfriend if she wants flowers so damn bad. She told me I was being misogynistic by saying she needed a man to buy her flowers. I realize I may have implied that, but I don't think it was really an asshole thing to do, since she is straight, and seemed to want to have flowers bought for her, not to buy them herself. I didn't answer and might have given her the stink eye, which I kinda do by mistake when someone says something really dumb or confusing. Anyway, she said I'm an asshole, and has been kinda off in group chats lately. Is something flying straight over my head? I've never been in a situation like this before. Is this a straight people rule I don't understand? Are guys supposed to get girls flowers even when they aren't dating? Now for the next story. AITA I said no to giving my friend's boyfriend $2,500 and my identity. My friend's boyfriend called me in the middle of the night to ask for a $2,500 investment to sports bet in my name. I was woken up by a call from a number I didn't recognize and was immediately texted by said number saying that it was my friend's boyfriend asking me to call him back for something that was time-sensitive and urgent. There's a wedding in the friend group this weekend, so I thought he was going to ask what I thought of proposing at the wedding, which for obvious reasons would have been a definitive no from me. My other thought was that something bad happened to my friend. Fast forward to the next morning. I called him back and say hi, when he answers. He immediately says I sound like my friend's sister. He then asks me if I know what he does for work, to which I say that I have absolutely no idea. He proceeds to tell me that he sports bets for a living, but that when you are really good at sports betting and win a lot you will get banned from the different books. He went on to say how he got all of his family members and my friend's accounts banned. It can't be true that you get banned from being good at gambling, can it? Long story short, he essentially wanted me to give him my iPad or a device to access FanDuel or other sports books. We live close by, with $2,500 deposited. He said that we would split the earnings and that he could easily turn into $40,000 plus. He then said that if I didn't have $2,500 on hand that he or his girlfriend, my friend, could probably lend it to me. He said if I'm skeptical to ask my friend about it. He said it was time sensitive, as the NBA season starts on Tuesday. This was last weekend. He also tried to make me feel bad by saying that as a white girl I'd get banned a lot less fast than him, or any of his Asian family members. He has not worked a formal job in about 3 years since he quit his job at a well-known finance firm in NYC due to abusive work conditions. My friend hasn't worked a job in about 8 months since she quit for similar reasons. Graduates of Ivy League colleges and just moved into a new apartment in NYC. I essentially told him no and he said, okay, no worries, no pressure. I will reach back out in a month to see if you change your mind. I never had an issue with my friend or her boyfriend at all before and actually really enjoyed them. Am I the asshole for saying no? Now for the next story. AITA for telling my brother he betrayed Mom, so why would he get half of everything? My mom died a few months ago and she left my brother, 40s, some money, but I, 40SF, got most of what she owned. Some background to explain why Mom did this and why my brother is angry. My mom was an only child for 16 years, and she always wanted to get involved in her dad's business. But he didn't want a girl/woman taking over the family business. He was determined to have a son one way or another, and even though Mom was prepared to leave school and work for him, by the time her brother came along he made it very clear that even if there was no son he would never let her work for him and take over one day. He would rather see the business close. This destroyed my mom. She loved her parents and felt so rejected. Mom's dad didn't get his way, however, because her brother wanted nothing to do with the business and refused to even work for him, let alone take over. My mom was estranged from her dad for many years because her dad made it painfully clear to her that he didn't value a daughter and never would, so Mom stepped back. But when he heard Mom had a son he reached out, and when that didn't work he waited until my brother was 18, and he offered him a job and the chance to run the family business. My mom was shocked and my brother told her she better not tell him not to accept because he didn't like the fact she kept us from our grandfather, and prevented him running the business with the estrangement. Mom and him had a talk. She said she did not want him to grow up with the same disregard for women as her dad. He basically told her to go and fuck herself, and he went to work for her dad. Years passed, and he regretted the strain between him and Mom, and Dad was disgusted with him too. He reached out after Dad died and apologized and told Mom he loved her. But things were never the same, and he talked about her dad like he was some amazing hero of a guy. Which was so difficult for my mom. So apparently when Mom had her will made, she decided that I should get the most and my brother should get something, but not an equal share given he had the business, and seemed perfectly okay with her being shut out of it for being born the wrong sex. My brother is hurt and angry about this now that she's gone. He asked me how she could have done this and why I'm not angry. I told him he betrayed Mom, so why would he get half? He tried to say he didn't, but I told him he went to work for her dad anyway, and then basically told her to go fuck herself, and even when they reconciled he acted like the father who treated her like shit was some amazing person who needed his praises saying all the time. He said I was shitting on him for no real reason. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. See you in the next one.